and this is how it's gonna look. Look at this thing, it's coming together. All right guys, so far this is what this is looking like right here, and they are looking really cool. Check these out. What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about the speaker pods and the door panels. If you guys saw the last video, I unboxed all the speakers and tweeters I'm planning on putting on each door. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to start by cutting a couple of templates and see how I can fit all that equipment on each door. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully I can pull that off and install all that equipment per door. So I have on the table here, I have a piece of cardboard. That's how I'm gonna start. I have the cardboard there, I have the door panel there. I need to figure out how to fit all this on a piece of cardboard here and transfer it to here. So it's gonna be a little confusing at first, but I need to make sure that whatever I come up with, whatever design I come up with, it's gonna work with the door panel and the actual door here. I don't wanna cut the door too much. I need to figure something out. Hopefully just a little piece right here. I don't know yet, but I will figure something out. Worst case scenario, it's gonna be one speaker and two tweeters. Worst case scenario, but I'm gonna do my best to fit all that equipment I just showed you. All right, so this is how we're gonna start this video, and yeah, stay tuned because this video is going to be interesting. So this is where I'm at now. I cut the template like this. This is right on the edge of this part over here, and it's going to be just on the edge of this. And this is as small as I can make it. I wish I could make it a little smaller, but this is what I have to work with. So far this is the prototype. This is what I'm thinking. Now I'm gonna cut out the holes for the speakers, and then I'm gonna take that cardboard over to the door, and let's hope that I can clear these right here. The tweeters are not a problem because they're only about maybe half an inch deep. Not even, maybe a quarter of an inch. So that's not a problem, but these big old magnets are the problem. Hopefully I can clear that on the door. So I want to go ahead and cut out those holes, and then we'll see how that's gonna look on the truck. All right guys, I think I'm on to something here. I'm gonna show you what the first template looks like, and I think that's the only option I have because I don't have enough room. There's a lot of everything there. There's not enough room between the glass and the magnets, so I think this is gonna work. Not quite sure, but I'm getting somewhere. I'm gonna show you what I have. So this is what I have so far. Okay, that's the template I came up with, and I think this is the only way all the components are gonna work. Hopefully I can move a few things around right here on the door. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So see these tapes right here, these two right here, this is the width of that template. So we need to be about in this area here. Okay, so we're gonna be around this area. By moving this wiring harness out of the way, maybe putting it up here, making it turn this way like that, maybe that's gonna be I don't know, I need to make room, but I think by moving this one out of the way, I have full access to this part. And then also this one here, I can just move it to here. That anchor point right there, I can just put it up on that one. And then this one here, I can just drill another small hole for this anchor point. That way I can clear all these out of the way. I'm gonna try to do that right now. But first, I am going to, I'm gonna go ahead and put I'm gonna put the 4 tweeters and the 2 mids. I'm gonna drop them into that template so you can see, so you can get an idea how it's gonna look. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you how that looks. And this is how it's gonna look. Not too bad. Okay, so this template is gonna be, I think I'm gonna be using this one here. I'm liking it so far. I don't think I have another option. I don't want to go too crazy. But now, keep in mind, right now it's about 2 inches from the panel here. Okay, I have this tape holding everything together. But remember, this is going to be as flush as possible to the panel. Okay, so maybe that the whole thing, once it's all said and done and cut and installed, I think it's only going to be about 1 inch at the most right here. So the whole thing, the whole panel is going to be about 1 inch, I think, because all this is going to go down. Remember, it's not going to be the way it is. That was another option, but I didn't want to go that way. I mean, I could have used fiberglass and make something like that work. I could have just fiberglass all this. I could have cut a piece of plywood or MDF, and then I could have used a lot of fiberglass and make it work. But I don't like that. I don't like the way it looks sticking out that far. So I'm gonna do as much as I can to get that, the whole thing, the whole panel, all the speakers pushed into the door. As far as I can before it touches the glass, of course. Not sure if that's possible, but that's what I'm aiming for. Yep, so let's go ahead and continue with the next thing I'm going to do is move the wiring harness out of the way, and then after that I need to make sure I have enough room behind that cover. See if there's enough room between the glass and that metal part. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, as you guys saw on that time lapse, I relocated. Well, I actually moved out of the way. I moved the harness out of the way. It seems like this is the problem here. You can see right there in the back. I might have to just notch this metal a little bit higher. That way this harness can come up through the top right here. And then I think I'm gonna be able to just bring it over this way, straight out. And then it's gonna go in the same place. That's the plan anyway. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna make it work, but so far it's looking like it's looking good, guys. It was a little intimidating at first because there's not enough room, but yeah, this is something right here. This is how it's gonna look. I'm gonna go for this look right here. I don't think I have another option because I don't want to get rid of that pocket here. Back here behind this metal part here, I still have about maybe 3 inches or so before the gear, the big old gear that's behind that one that makes the window go up and down. So that's about maybe 2 inches right here. And one more thing, this the panel, it doesn't go all the way to the metal. It goes about right there the way it is, because the harness is there, and because the harness is right here in the way, that tells me that we have another 1/2 inch or so before it touches this part. So that's even better. Okay, now as far as cutting out those holes, I don't have to cut out a lot. I just have to cut out a little bit here just for the magnet to go in, and that's it. The tweeters, I don't have to do anything because, like I said earlier, they're only 1/4 inch thick, and they're gonna be outside of the they're gonna be sitting like flush against the what's the word I'm looking for? The panel, the door panel. Geez, I spaced out there for a minute. Okay, anyway, so this is looking good. Next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna fab. Now I know that this works. This is gonna work. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and start fabbing up the pod. I'm gonna cut the pieces. I'm gonna cut the MDF, and one more thing, so you guys know what's happening here. That piece right there is gonna be plexiglass. That's gonna be plexiglass, and I'm gonna add LED lights to that. So I'm gonna cut my plexiglass, I'm gonna cut my MDF, I'm gonna start fabbing everything up just to make sure that everything is gonna work before I even cut the panel, the door panel, or this metal. That's gonna be the last thing I wanna do. I don't wanna start cutting anything before knowing 100% that it will work. Okay, so that's the next thing. Let's go ahead and get everything prepped up so we can start cutting the plexiglass, MDF, and we'll see what we can come up with. All right, guys, it's the next day. I just came back from work, and we're gonna continue working on the door panels. I have everything laid out on the table. I have all my tools ready to go, my router, my MDF, and all the tools I'm gonna need. I'm gonna show you what the setup looks like. I'm gonna be using my router table. I have all the tools I think I'm gonna need. My plexiglass is right there. And this is the template. You guys remember last night I came up with this template here. I'm gonna transfer that template to the MDF before I cut the acrylic. There's a step here I need to follow before I make my cut on the acrylic. It's a lot easier to replace MDF than replace acrylic. That takes time and it's a lot more money. So why don't we just go ahead and transfer these pieces to the MDF, and I'll get you guys back out here when I'm done cutting those pieces. All right, so let's do that. Alright guys, quick update. All the holes are already drilled out, and I have a line right here, if you guys can see it. This line goes around the whole thing, and what I'm gonna do, I'm not sure if you can picture this, but this is the idea, this is the plan. The inner part, which is this right here, the inner part where the speakers are gonna go, that's gonna be acrylic. This small trim here, that's gonna be MDF. Okay, so I need to cut these out. I need to separate both of the pieces, and I think what I can do is I'm gonna get the router. I'm gonna get the router on the table. I'm gonna get it all set up, and I think I can just run my router right in the middle of the line, and that should give me about 1/4 of an inch gap between the plexiglass, which is gonna be this, and my trim. That way I can get my LED lights in between here. Not sure if you guys can picture this, but that's the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, and yeah, hopefully that works. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. If that works the way I'm thinking is gonna work, then we're golden. If for some reason it doesn't work, we're gonna go to square one. We gotta go back to the drawing board and start again, but let's give it a shot. I'm gonna get my table ready, and we're gonna do that thing with the router. All right, so let's go, let's do that. Okay, I already pre-drilled a couple of holes here. These are gonna be like my pilot holes to line up where I want the router to go from edge to edge. I don't want to go past that point there. Same thing on this side. I did it all around, and what I'm gonna use is my template tape, and I'm gonna use this little trim as my guide. I'm gonna put it like this, and then I will use my 1/4 inch dang it, what is this called, flush cut bit, and I'm gonna go from one side to the other. Hopefully this is gonna work, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and position this trim where I want it. I think this side is better. I think that's gonna be where I want it, right there and right there. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's do this. I'm gonna get my glasses, my safety glasses, and my ear protection here, and we're gonna go for it. This is gonna be my test run right here, guys. Let's hope that this works. Right there. All right, so let's do this, guys. Alright guys, this is just an update here. This is a rough estimate how things are looking and how I want them. As you can see, there is a gap now in between these two pieces, and I have the LED lights in here. So this is just to give me an idea what I want to change, what I need to upgrade, and what I need to work on. So far so good. just a few things I'm gonna tweak and maybe do a little different, but so far so good. Excuse me. All right, so let's keep on working on this. Here it is, guys. After cutting another trim on top of the already existing trim, this is where we are at now, and this is gonna look something like this, guys. This is gonna be the front side of the speaker of the door panel. Oh, it's hard to do it with one hand. Something like that. Well, you guys get the point. Something like that. Okay, this is the front and this is the rear. Remember when I cut this piece first? And there's gonna be a gap right there. That gap right there, remember, that's for the LEDs. But keep in mind, this is not gonna be, this piece right here, the center piece, is not gonna be MDF. It's gonna be plexiglass. I already have my plexiglass ready to go. I need to start cutting up this piece right here. Okay, and as I was telling you guys yesterday, this is all is going to be sticking out of the panel there, about 1 inch. That's it. I'm not sure if I will be adding another piece of a 1/4 inch ABS back here. Not sure if I have to, but so far it's only 1 inch thick, like this. This is going to be right against the panel. Okay, cool. Moving on. It's time to transfer this piece to the acrylic here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dry it up, cut it up, transfer all the holes and everything to the plexiglass, same way I did it to that one. Once I'm done with that, I will bring you guys out here again so you guys can see the progress. All right, stay tuned. I will be back. And there it is, guys. That's the acrylic. That's the MDF right there. And this thing is looking really, really nice, guys. I have all my cutouts right there. It's a little tricky. It's a little tricky to cut these out because these plastic tends to melt a lot if you go too fast. So you gotta go really slow, take your time, and eventually you're gonna get to it. This one here, not that bad. But anyway, so look at this, guys. Look at this thing. It's coming together. All right, now the tricky part is gonna be making it fit in the door panel in the truck. Actually, hopefully I can move things around and I can just make it work, because right now I'm thinking that the window motor, one of the one of the mounts for the window motor or regulator, that's kind of closed from the magnet. I will not know until I cut a little hole and take a look in there. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed, make sure, hopefully I can make that work. Anyway, this is just a sneak peek of where we are at now. It's looking good, guys. Looking really, really good. All right, guys, good morning. It's the next day. We're gonna continue working with the on the door panels. What I'm about to do next is cut out the actual door panels. That's once I do that, there's no turning back. So I have them here. I have it here on the table, and I already traced my holes here. I'm gonna cut those out. I'm going to test fit the panel, the actual speaker panel I made. I'm gonna put it against that, and then the moment of truth. I'm going to test fit it on the actual door, see how much I have to trim, and hopefully the magnet clears everything in there. But that's the next thing we're gonna do right now. So let's get cutting those door panels. Okay, that's out of the way. It took me a minute to pull the trigger and do this to my door panels, but there's no turning back now. The holes are there. These are the scraps. This is something I wanted to do for a while, and it was either this type of speaker mount, or it was gonna be something a lot bulkier with fiberglass, and I decided just to go with this type of mount for my speakers and tweeters. Anyway, that's out of the way. Let's continue. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test fit that panel, the new speaker panel, onto the actual door panel, put it on the door, and see how much we need to trim on that metal part on the door to fit the magnet. Hopefully I have enough room there to fit the magnet. Let's go ahead and test that out. All right, this is how we're looking, guys. That's about where the magnets are gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to outline these circles here, make it use my pen and mark the circle, and then I can start figuring out how much I can take out or remove out of this metal part back here. So let's do this. I'm gonna be taking the least amount of metal out of this, just enough for my speakers to go in the magnets. Okay. Let's give it a try. Let's see how much we need to clear, how much we need to remove from there to clear the magnet. Worst case scenario, if I can't go in all the way as I was hoping to, I'm gonna have to bring out the speaker by adding another spacer. I'll figure something out. All right, so let's get going on this. All right, guys, I was able to relocate that harness. The door lock harness used to go down here, right in the middle, all the way to here. Now I relocated it up here, clear from my cutout, and also the door locks, my window locks, my window buttons here. That harness used to go down here, down that way, and I was able to just push everything up this way. Hopefully that's gonna work. I just relocated the locking tabs from here and here to here. I drilled out a couple holes right there, and then again I drilled out 1, 2, 3 more holes for the door lock harness. Cool, so that's out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and start drilling these out. I don't know, I'm gonna try to keep the damage to the minimum here. By the way, these things are sharp, guys. Woo! I cut myself a couple of times here and there, but hey, it is what it is. All right, let's keep moving forward. All right, guys, so far this is what this is looking like right here. I still have to make a lot of adjustments. There's not enough room back there for that magnet, I really thought I was gonna have more room, but I'm gonna have to make it work somehow. So basically that's how it's gonna look. Might look a little odd right now, a little off, but once it's done and completed, it's gonna look really nice. I'm gonna have to add another spacer back there to bring the speaker out a little. That speaker has a big magnet. It's a beefy speaker, so I'm gonna have to do what I have to do to make it work. It's looking good. It's looking good, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think so far? Put it down in the comment section below what you think. Okay, I need to cut. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut a couple more pieces, like spacers. I need one just like this one here, and then I need another one just like the trim to put behind that. That way I can get rid of this gap over here. So this gap right here is going to be filled in by another trim ring like this back here. As you can see, it's about 1/2 inch gap. That's gonna have to be filled with one of the rings. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out, and I'll bring you guys out here when I have another update. All right, guys, I'm done cutting the rest of the pieces I needed, and I went ahead and cut the other side as well. So both of the speaker pods, if you want to call them that, or the speaker mounts, they're already done. I already cut them out. I cut all the pieces out. I got them on the table. I'm gonna show you what they look like, and also I'm gonna talk to you about what piece does what on these mounts. All right, so here they are. This is gonna be the passenger side, and this is the driver's side. Okay, and as you can see, this is half inch MDF. You can see this right here. This is only 1.5 inches thick. It's not that bad. I was hoping to do it 1 inch, to do this about 1 inch thick, but I just don't have enough room behind the door panel, between the door panel and the actual metal back there. There's 1/4 inch, and then just on the other side of that metal, there's the window mechanism is back there. So anyway, I don't have enough room, so I had to go another inch. I had to come out another 1/2 inch further than what I was expecting. So these ended up being 1.5 inches, which still not bad, but yeah, they're here. Okay, so when I'll show you, there's gonna be, what is it, 1, 2, 3, like 5 pieces here per side. The first one here, this is gonna be the trim ring here. This one here is gonna be for the grill. I'm gonna be pressing in a grill in here, and yeah, this is gonna be for the grill. And then this other ring here is a thinner ring, which is going to help me with my LED lights. The LED lights are gonna be installed in between the acrylic and this small ring here, all the way around. So that's what this one is for. All right, and then I have my acrylic. I already cut it out, so I still need to what is it? What is that called? Ice it. I mean, yeah, I think that's the term. When you sand it down, and it's not gonna be clear anymore. It's gonna be well, you get the point. The same way I did it with my console, I'm gonna do the same thing. I still need to sand it down on both sides. Okay, so this is the acrylic. This is the third piece, and then this other piece is what I was talking about. I needed to add another ring to come up with another spacer back there. All right, and this backing plate here is gonna be to keep all this flush with the door panel. If you look in the back right here, this is gonna be, let's see, just like that. If you look back here, this is gonna be, this is, okay, hold on, just give me 1 second. Right there. All this is flush with the panel. So this is gonna be facing the door panel, and then everything goes back together like so, like this. All right, let's see. Yep, right there. And then this one here goes up here, like just like that. Cool. All right, so now that you know how many pieces are here and what piece does what, it's the same thing on the other side for the passenger side. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna use my roundover bit. I'm gonna use my roundover bit to go on the outside of the beauty panel here of the trim ring. I'm gonna go with a roundover bit right here. And then I will use my chamfer bit for the inside of the beauty panel here. That's gonna give it a more finished look to that trim. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do next. After that, we're gonna take it to the truck, and I'm gonna start drilling out the holes, the holes for the fasteners. I think I'm gonna use the rivet nuts if I can to hold this in place. But for now, I'm gonna start working on this, and I'll get you guys back out here with me when I am working on the truck. All right, so let's do that. Alright guys, as you guys saw on that time lapse, I used my chamfering bit and my roundover bit on the front trim of this speaker pods or speaker mounts, whatever you want to call this. That's out of the way, and I've decided to press in the grills. I'm going to show you how they look now, and they came out looking really nice. I have them right here. As you can see, both of them are pressed in, and they are looking really cool. This is the passenger, this is the driver's side. Okay, now I didn't record myself doing that process, that step on the in the process. The reason why is because I already did that when I built the center console. If you guys have been watching me, watching all my videos, you guys know how to do this. I showed you how I did it when I built the center console. So I thought it was not necessary to record myself again doing that. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys don't know how I got to this point or how I built this, how I pressed in the grills, I suggest to go back a few videos back when I'm in the middle of the process of building the center console. I show you exactly how I do this. All right, so moving right along. Next thing I'm gonna work on is the acrylic. I'm gonna be tapping and threading the holes for my speakers. That's the next thing I'm gonna do. I have 4 speakers. I have 16 holes to drill and tap. That's next. After that, I'm going to be frosting the acrylic. Again, I'm not gonna be recording that part of the process because I did the same thing when I built the center console. If you guys want to know how to frost acrylic, go back and that info is right there. Okay, once I'm done with all that, then I'm gonna be ready to take these to the truck, put them against the door, and figure out where my mounting holes are gonna be, because I still don't know exactly how I want to mount these. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do after we're done with all this stuff. All right, so stay tuned, I will be back. All right guys, I'm back in the garage here. I already pre-drilled a couple of holes, one right there, the other one just on this side over here, and I think that's how I'm going to mount these. Not sure if it's speaker pod or speaker mount, but anyway, that's how I'm going to mount this. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to drill a hole through the panel until I get to the metal part of the door on the other side. That way I know exactly where to drill a bigger hole and install a nutsert on the other side. So that's what we're gonna do next. All right guys, and check this out. Everything has been installed. It's not wired up yet, but everything has been installed just to check fitment, and it looks really cool. What do you guys think? So far so good. Nice. It's not the easiest thing to do on these trucks, but I wanted to keep it somewhat stock. This is not too crazy. I didn't want anything past the door pocket here, so that worked out pretty good. Remember, I still have the grill, and then I'm gonna wrap this in vinyl, and that should do it. Now I'm gonna show you. Are you guys ready for the LEDs? Okay, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of what it's gonna look like. I have my wire hooked up to my drill battery, and I'm gonna show you how it looks, guys. It looks really cool. Look at that, guys. Let me turn the light off. It looks cool. It looks really bright. What do you guys think? You like it so far? What are your thoughts? It's not that crazy, is it? Remember, this is only 1.5 inches thick. It's not that thick. And the reason why I made it this thick is because of my grill. Now, if I wasn't putting my grill in front of this, then it would have been about an inch thick. So there's a lot of work, guys. A lot of work into this. A lot of work, a lot of late nights, a lot of thinking, a lot of sketching, a lot of cutting. But anyway, we're getting somewhere now. It's looking like something, that's for sure. All right, Well, guys, I was thinking about putting all this content about the speaker pods, speaker mounts, put it all in one video, but this video is already too long, so I'm gonna have to stop right here, and we're gonna call it good on this video. This would be part 1 of the build, the speaker pods build. I thought I was gonna be able to film everything and put it in one video, but it's just way too much. There's a lot of details, as you guys were able to see throughout this video. There's a lot. I still have to prep up the other side, do the same thing. Everything I did on this side, I'm gonna do it on the other side. What it's left to do on this one here, it's just I'm gonna go ahead and wire this up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it with vinyl, and then I'm gonna go ahead and install it, and then put everything back, everything here, the door, put everything back, and then after that I'm gonna have to go to the other side and repeat the process. So the next video we should be done with both doors 100%. That way we can move on to the subwoofer box. That's the next item in the list, but first I need to take care of the other door and finish up this one here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of you guys who are already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. I will see you guys on the next video, part 2 of speaker pods, speaker mounts build. All right, later.